Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy's back! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Thursday night football review for round number 1 of the 2022 NRL season, where we've just seen that the Penrith Panthers defeat the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Tonight for the Thursday Night Football Review, and every Thursday Night Football Review, I'll be joined by the great Sam REVILL. Sam, I don't know what's happened to you. Your dodo's been a bit all over the shop at the moment, but Sam, mate, how you going? And it's good to have you on every week now for the Thursday Night Football Review. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Very lucky to have this slot right now, mate. Footy's back. It didn't feel real at times there, mate, but it's back, and I can't wait to get stuck into it with you, man.
Mate, first thing I want to ask you is, what did you think of the game? Did you think it was it what you were expecting? The Panthers obviously got the job done, 28 points to 6 over the Seagulls. I certainly didn't expect the scoreline to turn out the way it did, especially without Nathan Cleary. But what did you think about the game overall, bro? Like, what was your take on it?
I think I had more fun in this season opener than what I did last year. It's not the game that I was anticipating as well. I was expecting a closer game than what we got. I am glad that Penrith won because I tipped Penrith, but we'll get more into the meat of it all. But that result, the way that it was played, not the way that I was anticipating it would go down tonight.
Yeah, look, I'm a little bit surprised about the scoreline. I thought Manly were really slow as the game went on. I thought Penrith did a really good job in, slowing down the game to their pace, and their forward pack obviously was a very big part of that. But far out, man, Manly were way off, and it's disappointing because Penrith didn't have Nathan Cleary, and Manly had everyone on deck except for Schuster. So really disappointing for Manly. But it's only the first game, but everyone's going to say, "Oh, it's only round 1. Don't take too much out of it." 2 points is 2 points, and it can bite you at the end of the season when you're trying to make the top 4. So it's very important to win round 1, regardless of. I hate when people say, "Oh, it's only round 1, blah blah blah, big deal." It's like at the end of the season, those 2 points from round 1 are going to be very important if you're going to make the top 4, make the top 8, whatever it may be. Trying to get a home final. 2 points is 2 points, so it's very crucial. And yeah, it was. I thought the first 20 minutes was very fast. What did you think about the first 20? Very quick game early on, wasn't it?
So it's sort of to evolve off your point there, man. I reckon the first 15 minutes, Manly and Penrith were really at each other. I think Manly matched them, and at some stage there, they even were sort of starting to beat them a little bit in the ruck and pushing up forward. But then once Penrith gained ascendancy, man, they just were all over them like a wet towel. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Well, I want to say hello to the live chat. I can see we've got about 23 people in here at the moment. We've got CJ Moxley, Bosky, Full Power NRL Games is here. We've got Jesse, Scott Duncan, Paddy G. The chat's getting, I think Roseanne Financial's in there as well. The chat's going to get bigger as the show goes on. Shout out to Paddy G and Pro Enzo Vids. Obviously, them passionate Manly fans, and obviously it didn't go their way tonight, but always next week, boys. But Sam, mate, let's get into the game, shall we? So
please,
we had a bit of let's get into it. Fuck me, it was how good is it? The footy's back. Fucking footy's back. How good is it? How good is it?
So
I love doing these reviews. Fucking love it. All right. So in the 3rd minute, Panthers had a no try. Liam Martin took out Kieran Foran. Crichton went over to score. Ended up going upstairs and overturning it. No try for obstruction.
Did he take him out? Did he?
Well, I reckon he did. I reckon the no try was the right call. I was going to ask you, what do you think about that decision?
I lean on the side that I think it should have been a try, mate. I can see the case why people would take it as a no try. I think Liam Martin chose his wrong a little bit wrong. It looked like he ran directly at Foran, but I think Foran really played it up because I believe that he grabbed the jersey and Foran wasn't ever going to get to Stephen Crichton as well, in my opinion. I think that should have been
agreed.
To Stephen Crichton first try of 2022, but what not meant to be.
Mate, I spoke to you about this live on air in the off-season, and I said the one rule they got to fix is the obstruction rule. It drives the fans insane. And the first try of the season was disallowed because of obstruction, decoy runners running into defenders, inside shoulder, outside shoulder, defensive decision, not a defensive decision. It was always going to be a mess. And you know what? The more I look at it, the more I'm glad it wasn't a try because Liam Martin did go through the decoy and he did contact Foran. And now, if that happens, it ain't going to be a try. And look, I don't think anyone was going to get to Stephen Crichton anyway. Brad Parker was too slow to get there anyway. So if Brad Parker can't get there, how's Foran going to get there? So I'm glad it was no try, even though I reckon 10 years ago it would have been a try, but the rules are different now. So fair enough, no try to Stephen Crichton. And then we get to the 10th minute, a very similar situation. But this time it's Jerome Luai who was in the way and Brian Toto was denied to score. Did you agree with this decision?
Was Jerome Luai in the way, was he? Because it looked like that Tom Turbo wasn't impeded at all, in my opinion. I think about 20 years ago, the try would have stood. I thought Tom Turbo was just wrong-footed by Brian Toto. Where's Jerome Luai meant to go, in my opinion? I thought that should have been another try, and Manly were very lucky not to be down 2 tries inside the first 10 minutes.
Well, again, we're going to disagree. I reckon it was the right decision. Now, I'll explain why. Go back and watch the try. Watch it as fast motion or whatever. Jerome Luai hits the ground and he gets back up and then he gets in the way. If Jerome Luai just stays on the ground, Brian Toto is going to score and it's no problem. But because Luai got off the ground and he just sort of like ran towards where the ball was heading, Turbo can't get there, and I can't remember. I think it might have been Lachlan Croker. He couldn't make the tackle, so I was okay with that. But far out, man, can obstruction rule? Can they sort it out? Seriously, I said it all off season. No one fucking listened. How many times are we going to have trials like this weekend and throughout the season that we all think it's a try and they're going to overturn it because of an inside shoulder or an outside shoulder or a player in the way? Jerome Luai can't help it. He's trying to help get back in support and shit. What's he meant to do? Have a sleep with a fucking pillow? What's he meant to do there? It's ridiculous.
Where's he meant to go? And I'll just quickly say, I think the officiating by the referee, Adam G, I know he's got a really tough job. I thought it was average. I thought the officiating tonight was really average.
It did miss a few things. There's no doubt about that. He did miss a few things, and we'll get into that very soon. But let's get into the next part of the game, which was the 18th minute, the first try of the game. Penrith go left, a couple of nice offloads, and Isaac Tago goes over to score the first try of the game. Very nice try from the Panthers, I reckon. What do you think about Isaac Tago scoring the first try, or Tago, or I can't pronounce his last name. Apparently there's a few ways you can pronounce it, but eventually we'll get clarification on how you actually say his last name. But what do you think about the try from Isaac Tago, or Tago?
Yeah, no, we'll just stick with Isaac Tago for me for the time being, mate. Third time was the charm. They got the try on the third effort. And Isaac Tago, man, he very much impressed. I thought that Penrith might lack a little bit by missing Matt Burton, who was in that slot last year. And Isaac Tago did a very honourable job tonight, mate.
He was excellent, wasn't he? And that was a nice try. And Stephen Crichton converts the goal. Penrith go to 6 points to 0. And then we get to something that I was very, very angry about. The 24th minute, Hamoli Olakawatu with a really dirty, cheap shot on Sean O'Sullivan. Crichton ends up taking the goal, and the Panthers go out to an 8-0 lead. But, mate, this late shot from Olakawatu on Sean O'Sullivan, for me, it should have been a fucking sin bin. And 2, I think he'll be looking at a few weeks on the sideline for that dirty, cheap shot. Well, what was he thinking? You're whiplashing the bloke's neck. There was no need to do it. It was just lazy and stupid. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he could have easily pulled out of that, or at least when he made contact, he could have softened his blow. But yeah, he really got him in between the shoulder blades, high up in between the shoulder blades. Oluwatu on O'Sullivan, and I think he could miss a week. I think he could miss next week for it
I reckon he
potentially.
missed 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. That was dirty.
Two,
That was so uncalled for, bro. He could have. There was no need to do that. And
no,
how was he not in the sin bin for that, bro? Like that's last year. That was a sin bin. Why isn't it a sin bin? I mean,
but
I know it's the first game and the referees have got everything going on for him. You know, he plays us in shit from the bunker and all the time.
mhm.
But fuck me, the 2 touch judges, 1 referee. How was that not a sin bin? That was that dirty shot.
Potentially, if we see something similar this round, I
He'll
probably
go to the
put
bin.
$10.
Yeah,
Someone will go to the bin, and
guarantee it.
Oluwatu just didn't.
That was a fucking joke, bro. I'm still fuming about that. I can't believe that wasn't a sim. And if there's one thing that I'm pissed off about tonight, it's that those late shots on the halves.
It's bad.
Oluwatu, he had no right to do that. He could have. He didn't even have to tackle. Didn't even have to touch him. Dirty tackle. Stupid. So Penrith go to 8-0. The 30th minute, Penrith go right to Sean O'Sullivan. Gets it on to Stephen Crichton. He steps right on the inside of Brad Parker. Goes in to score. I got to say, though, the Liam Martin decoy was fucking well done, by the way.
Yeah.
Crichton goes in to score of a nice step on Brad Parker, who was just hopeless tonight. Mate, what do you think about that try from Stephen Crichton? That was a brilliant try.
Yeah, I thought Brad Parker's defense tonight was definitely out of whack for sure. But every time, especially in that first half, more so in the first half than the second half, I thought the attack on that right side from Penrith just was silky smooth, man. And Stephen Crichton looked like he was sort of unstoppable there for about 20, 25 minutes there. And he did end up getting his try after he was denied earlier on in the half.
It was a very nice try from the Panthers. And then Crichton missed the conversion. Also, with that try as well, Kieran Foran got sucked right in too from Liam Martin's decoy. That was brilliant from Liam Martin. That was outstanding. And then, so Penrith 12-0, half an hour into the contest. We get to the 36th minute. Kyle Lawton, brutal head knock. Brutal. I think he hit, I can't remember exactly who it was, but it might have been one of the Panthers' front rowers. Ended up hitting one of his hips, and then he went bang. He was gone for the game. What a shame as well, because he only just came on the field too.
Yeah, I don't mind Carl Lawton as a player, mate, but I'm telling you, about 20 seconds before he got a elbow to the forehead, mate, and rendered him unconscious sort of thing, he had his elbow into Brian Toto's cheekbone, mate, and I thought there should have been a penalty blown for Carl Lawton rubbing his elbow into Brian Toto's face, mate.
Yeah. Shame about Kyle Lawton. Obviously, he went off for a HIA and he did not return, so get well soon, Kyle Lawton. That was a nasty head knock, man. Head knocks are not fun. I had a concussion once. I never want it again. Bloody awful. All right, so right before halftime there on the 39th minute, Ethan Bullimore with an unbelievable try. In my opinion, the try of the game. It was Jake Boy from dummy half. He passes it left, come off Sean O'Sullivan. He went to Foran, to Turbo. Turbo gets ankle tapped, offloads it inside to Ethan Bullimore. Bullimore goes away to score a very, very nice try. Gary converts it. Pam was 12-6. What do you think about that try from Ethan Bullimore? It was brilliant.
Jack Travojevic was just spinning around on a freaking 10-cent piece, mate. No one knew what he was doing. He bamboozled the Panthers'
Didn't know
defense.
where he was. Didn't know what he was doing.
Didn't know what he was doing, and then he got the ball out to the left end. You don't think Turbo's pass to Bullimore at the end there was a little bit forward, mate?
I think it was just momentum. I think it was just, they're on the run. Momentum.
And I reckon Charlie Staines, he was the last man to contact Bullimore unsuccessfully. And I think Charlie Staines, instead of going low, I think he had enough pace to stick with Bullimore and sort of just stop or slow down his momentum by going up high. But I think Charlie Staines could have stopped that try if he went up high. But it came out of freaking nothing and out of nowhere. I think everyone was really shocked that they ended up scoring that try right on the halftime bell.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I thought that was their chance. Penrith had so much ball, Manly had so many errors, and I thought, well, if they're going to get back in the game, that's how they do it. One of those crazy offload Hail Mary sort of tries. That should have been the momentum. Second half, I didn't do it. So halftime, we get to halftime. Penrith at 12-6, and I thought to myself, Penrith should be up by 20 at halftime. They should be up by a bit, but they weren't. And I thought at halftime, I thought mentally it was going to hurt Penrith because of that try. I thought Manly come out in the second half and score first, look out, and it didn't happen. Mate, what
They
do you
were
think
their
about
own worst.
what do you
They
think
were their
about it?
own worst enemy. They were their own worst enemy in the first half. Manly Seagulls. I think they dropped the ball about 5 odd times
Yeah,
inside
6 or
the
7 errors.
first
Yeah.
20 minutes. And as I've said on a couple of occasions to you before, that I think round one, I think it should be a level just below semi-final football as far as teams' intensity goes. And I just don't think. While they did all right to start off with, I think the natural adrenaline just weared off after 15 minutes for Manly, and they just looked really unfit and really unprepared for what was coming at them. So they were really, really lucky not to be down by at least 20 points at halftime, Manly. But yeah, exactly. I mean, it was 6 points the difference, and I mean, it would have been stunning if they came back and scored that first try in the second half. But we'll get into it now, mate.
Yeah. So let's just get into the second half now. I thought Manly's forward pack was really, really poor in the first half. Now let's get to the second half now, and Sam, your camera keeps freezing on me for some reason, but I can still hear you loud and clear, which is quite strange. Well, there you go. Now you're working again. No, what happened there? But it's all good. Second half, the Panthers score first and second half through Jerome Luai. Luai offloads it to kick out. Kick out gets it back to Jerome Luai. Luai goes in to score a very nice try.
Yeah.
Again, it's lazy defense. You've been on the field for 5 minutes since your 15-minute break at half time, and they pulled out that effort. Where's the effort? Des Hazard would have been filthy with the effort. They've been on the field for 5 minutes after a 15-minute break at half time. Where was the effort to stop Jerome Luai and Viliami Kikau? That was ridiculous defense.
Yeah, certainly. I think you're mentioning Sean Kepi there. Sorry to single him out there, but Sean Kepi was the man that didn't back it up and follow through to try and stop the momentum of Penrith there. And I thought Viliami Kikau, I think defensively he is just about he is close to being an elite defender, Viliami Kikau. But I thought tonight, I think his attack was actually very good tonight, which was a nice change of pace, because I think that's been been lacking in his game over the past 18 months. And I think he had a very good game in attack tonight. And Jerome Luai goes over for the Chockies, mate. It was a good try.
Yeah, I thought last year Viliami Kikau's attack was a bit off, but far out, he looked good tonight. And tell you what, great offload from Kikau. Luai goes in to score. Crichton converts. Panthers 18-6. And then we get into the next part of the game. We're in the 55th minute again. Just lazy defense again from Manly. I think they were just tired at this point. They had no stamina left. They had the consistent defense. They kept up on the ball, and then they kept being under pressure over and over again. And Api Coruscant from dummy half goes in to score for the Penrith Panthers. What do you think about this try from Coruscant? Pretty easy try, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I thought Api Coruscant had a very subtle but very good game tonight, mate. I think he did a lot of work where he wanted his forwards or whoever. There was a lot of inside plays, a lot of inside trick plays from Penrith tonight, and it was around Api Coruscant as well. So I thought he had a very creative game tonight, man. And did some really good darts out of dummy half, and I think it was just rewards for a very good game that he got himself a meat pie as well tonight.
Yeah, could not agree more. And Penrith went out to a 24-6 lead, and I thought to myself, well, fuck me. If Manly want to come back, they're going to have to start doing some trick shots, maybe a trick shot for Jason Saab, or maybe a chip over the top for Tom Trbojevic or something. And obviously, Manly's fullback was getting absolutely rolled. Foreign and Cherry Evans had no idea what to do. They were in all sorts after the fullback was getting rolled. And then to end off the game, 77th minute, Sean O'Sullivan with a beautiful ball to Liam Martin. Martin goes in to score a very nice try. And what did you think about that try from O'Sullivan to Martin? It was a nice try, wasn't it?
We'll talk about player ratings, I guess, the next little while.
Yeah.
But Sean O'Sullivan to Liam Martin, man. Liam Martin played the entire 80 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But Liam Martin played the entire 80 minutes, and just Tommy Turbo just had nothing left in him to try and stop him. Awesome. I loved Liam Martin a lot as a footy player too. So, yeah, good on him.
Yeah, I think he's a gun player, bro. I thought that was very nice. And full time, Panthers beat the Seagulls 28 points to 6. Not the scoreline anyone thought. I had Manly by 10 going into it. I feel like an idiot for tipping Manly now after what Penrith did. And I just want to ask you, Sam, how scary is it for Penrith to win 28-6 in the opening game at Penrith without their main halfback, Nathan Cleary, who's the best halfback in the world, a top 3 player in the competition, and they destroyed a team like Manly 28-6, who have the best player in the world in Tom Trbojevic? How good are Penrith?
Really exciting times if you're a Penrith Panther supporter like my mum is. I'm telling you, you could have heard her from 20 kilometres away. She was that excited. Penrith, that was such an impressive performance, mate. They only made 3 errors in the first half, I think, maybe only 2. And they were playing at probably just a level below their highest capabilities, I reckon. They were very, very intense in that first half. Defensively is the reason why I tipped Penrith tonight, Nick. And they showed that in spades, man. Their defense was ferocious.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And I think after tonight, I don't give a shit what the Roosters and the Storm do over the weekend. And in my opinion, the Panthers are clear premiership favourites.
Yeah, man. No, you can argue with that. That was that. I mean, it's only round 1, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But that was that impressive of a performance, because that was something that the Melbourne Storm didn't replicate or produce last year.
You know
for sure, in the opening season, that was so good from Penrith tonight.
I don't give a shit if the Roosters win by 50 against Newcastle. I don't give a shit if Melbourne put 40 on the Tigers. This is the most impressive performance probably all weekend. I don't know if any other team will have a more impressive performance than this. Without your main halfback at home, getting a Manly team who've got the best player in the game in Tom Trbojevic, it's going to take a hell of an effort for another team this weekend to be more impressive than what Penrith have done what Penrith did this week, or what they did tonight anyway. Going into the weekend with the other 7 games that are remaining, it's hard to imagine any other team being as impressive as what Penrith were tonight, especially without Nathan Cleary, who's second or third best player in the game.
Absolutely. And while we're at it, mate, let's get into it. I want to give Sean O'Sullivan a massive rap. Congratulations. I've always liked the cut of his jib. Warriors fans are probably cursing that he left after that performance as well, but Sean O'Sullivan probably doesn't produce that performance with the Warriors, considering that he's just had an off season with the Panthers. So Sean O'Sullivan, mate, absolute hats off to you, bro. That was a sensational performance, man. Good on you.
Well, there's a club named the Bulldogs who need a halfback, and my God, this bloke was off contract all off season. It would have been perfect. Imagine if I had O'Sullivan and Burton. Bulldogs would have been top 8 maybe if they had an actual halfback. Oh, mate. The amount of clubs that overlook these players that have sort of in and out of teams all the time, it's just ridiculous. I mean, have a look at someone like Drew Hutchinson. If he was available in the market, not many clubs would look at him, but the smart clubs pick him up. The smart clubs know what to do with him. So if Drew Hutchinson was on the market tomorrow, all these bottom teams would throw their fucking check at these backup halves because they're so good at what they do. They get in the system and they become guns.
Now, bear with me just for 2 seconds, man. So I'll bring up his kick meters because I just saw it before, man. His kicking meters, get this, Sean O'Sullivan had 15 kicks compared to Jerome Luai's 5. And Sean O'Sullivan kicked for 385 meters, whereas Jerome Luai kicked for 109. Sean O'Sullivan killed it tonight, man.
With all due respect, Sean O'Sullivan made Daly Cherry Evans look like a reserve grade player.
Ooh.
That's how good O'Sullivan was. Cherry Evans was fucking clueless tonight. He had no idea what he was doing. Kicks down the throats. Dreadful kicking game. I know Manly's fullback got rolled, but every time Cherry Evans got the ball, he had no idea what he was doing. He was completely clueless. Had no idea.
So look, I want to say something, right? I think the halves, Foran and Cherry Evans. Look, Cherry Evans had a big boot on him, and I think Foran had a good play in him, but they got nothing out of the halves pairing tonight, Manly, unfortunately.
I didn't get anything out of it.
Their spine, so Tommy Turbo was nullified.
Lachlan Croker was shit.
Lachlan Croker was bad, unfortunately, and Carl Lawton obviously copped the head knock, so they were just dealt with Lachlan Croker. And I said last night, could you imagine if Manly Sea Eagles signed up Reece Robson? I reckon Manly fans would have been cheering from the top deck. They would have loved a Reece Robson tonight.
Bro, we said this last night when we did our big 3-hour season preview. The only thing Manly are lacking for winning a comp is a great centre and a great hooker. I said Lachlan Croker's not going to win him a comp, and Brad Parker's shit. And look what happened tonight. They played the Premiers, and look what happened. Croker, Brad Parker was slow as hell. Bro, I would fucking outrun Brad Parker. Fuck me dead. He's hopeless.
So I think Brad Parker's defense was not good. I think he did I think he did run a few courage lines though tonight. I'll defend Brad Parker a little bit. I think in attack, while he didn't offer anything in a dimensional in a dimensional sense, I do think that he ran that ball hard, very hard for him tonight for Manly, mate.
I can't give him praise. I can't.
Yeah.
Not tonight. I mean, I try to look for some positives for Brad Parker and Lachlan Croker, and I just can't. I really can't tonight. Defensively, they were dreadful. Lachlan Croker, seriously, I don't even know what to say about those two.
So also, Jason Saab was completely nullified as well with the kicking game. Every time it went up, he had a tough night off as Jason Saab tonight. And then Ruben Garrick was sort of just...
I didn't even see Ruben Garrick.
Didn't really hear of him, to be honest with you.
I wonder why Brett Parker's next to him.
Yeah, yo. Oh, well, no, it was Morgan Harper, wasn't it? I don't know.
No, Brett Parker's on the left.
Oh, yeah, true. And also, I think Manly's best player by far tonight was Jake Travojevic. I reckon he got really stuck in for him tonight.
Yeah. All right. So let's go for the players now. So we're going to start with Penrith, and I must say, if he isn't best player on the field, he's definitely in the top two. Dylan Edwards tonight was outstanding for Penrith. He ran for 344 meters. 105 post-contact meters. He didn't score a try or have any try involvements or anything like that. Dylan Edwards tonight was outstanding. What would you give him a rating out of 10?
A 9 out of 10, man. He was so good, man. He's got even kick meters as well. He kicked for over 100 meters thereabouts. Anyway, he had a fantastic game tonight. Yeah, it is. I agree with that. Dylan Edwards, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 as well. Arguably best on field. If he's not best on field, he's definitely second. Charlie Staines, he ran for 178 meters. I didn't even realise that, to be honest with you. Forney had some good touches, but still a little bit... there's something missing from Charlie Staines for me. Still something a little bit missing, but I thought he was solid. I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't know about the Crichton and Staines combination. Hey, I'm with you on that. And I think Charlie Staines could have done a better job in trying to diffuse Ethan Bullimore, but to no avail when Bullimore scored that halftime try. I'd probably give Charlie Staines a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah. Isaac Tago ran for 85 meters, scored a nice try, had some nice touches. Obviously, he'll improve as the season goes on. He's only a young kid. I mean, can you imagine him out in 3 or 4 months' time? It could be anything. I reckon Tago 7.5 out of 10 tonight.
Yeah, he had a very strong game. He cut Tom Travojevic in half in the second half. Yeah, he did. And Jason Saab will be having nightmares about Isaac Tago tonight because Tago just made it his mission to be on Saab like a bloody pit bull, mate. So I'd agree with that. I'd give Tago a 7.5.
Yep. Stephen Crichton, I thought he was also very strong. I'm going to give Crichton an 8 out of 10. I thought he played really well tonight.
Yeah, he did have a very good first half. I think he was very quiet, though, in the second half. I'd probably give him a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Brian Toto, he's had better games, but he was still very good. 163 metres, and I'll tell you what.
Yep.
When you throw the ball to Brian Toto on that left wing, when he steps on the inside with that left foot and he ducks underneath, that is the most athletic and skillful thing I've ever seen from a winger. I swear to God, it's so good. We talk about players who score in the corner tries being so good. Bro, when Brian Toto gets the ball in the wing, he puts on a left foot step, he ducks under, and he fucking crawls there. And I don't know how he does it. He's a freak. He did it all last year as well, but it's one of the most athletic things. It was one of the most athletic things I've ever seen. Brian Toto tonight, 8 out of 10. Thought he played really well.
Yo, I probably can't go 8 out of 10, mate, but every time he ducks his head, he just sort of turns into a tank, and he's really hard to stop. And he can score those athletic tries in the corner as well. So he can be the best of both worlds. I'd probably give...
He's a freak.
I think Toto had a quiet game, though. Like, he did score a try. He did some good runs. I think in the second half, though, he was very quiet.
He didn't score.
Oh, no, sorry. No try, I'm sorry. He should have been a bloody try. I think it's... I'd give Brian Toto 7 out of 10.
Yeah, he's a freak, Brian Toto. Best winger in the world. I don't care what anyone says. He's out of this world.
Wow.
Best winger in the world. No one's on his level. Addo Carr's got nothing on him. I don't care what anyone says. Jerome Luai scored a beautiful try in the second half. Thought he played well, Luai. I really did. I thought without clear, I thought he really stood up tonight. I'm going to give Luai a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, no, a better leader than what he was as a as a kicking 5'8", I'd give him a 7 out of 10 tonight, man.
Yeah. Sean O'Sullivan, very impressed. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 as well.
Oh, wow. I'll give him an 8 out of 10, mate. Sean O'Sullivan was fantastic tonight.
Fuck, he was good. His kicking game was great. That pass to Liam Martin got me out of my seat. I started clapping. That was fucking brilliant. And then the ball to Crichton, those two fucking tries got me out of my seat. That was outstanding. 9 out of 10. Moses Leota only ran for 82 metres. Not the best again for Moses Leota. I'll give Leota probably a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's the only negative coming out of tonight for Penrith. No one's, I don't think, is on report, and no one looks to be in trouble to be suspended. But I think Moses Leota might have done something to his shoulder or his neck.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble, yeah.
So he might miss next week. So that's the only negative for Penrith. Then, yeah, he wasn't his barnstorming best tonight. So I'm with you, 6.5 out of 10.
The hooker, Epic Coruscant, didn't run many metres, but I thought he was very influential in the field as the game went on. I'm giving Coruscant a 7.5 out of 10. I thought he was good.
I'm right there with you, mate. 7.5, exactly the same.
Fisher Harris, 186 metres. The bloke is a fucking tank. If he isn't the best prop in the world, he's very, very close. He's definitely in the top 3 for me. Fisher Harris, 8 out of 10.
I'm sure he played 35 minutes of that straight of that first half. If not, he played the entire first half. He was sensational tonight.
He played 57 minutes tonight.
I'm sure he played the first 35 minutes straight, and he was just sensational. I'd give him an 8 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, he was fucking outstanding. William Kikau, he ran for 135 metres. He also played well. Kikau, I'm going to give Kikau give him a 7. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it was the 35th minute where he chased a kick downfield, and he was the first one on the scene to stop Jason Saab. Again, I love Kikau's defence, man. I think I even though he went off on the interchange bench to have a breather, I think I'd give him a 7.5 out of 10 for tonight, mate.
I love his effort, bro. Two years ago, Kikau used to be the laziest bastard, but now he's really improved. He's got his head focused. He's got his defence in order. His attack is getting better as well, and his effort when he chases the ball and chasing players down, it's really improved. I love his effort. Kickout was great tonight. Now, Liam Martin, in my opinion, best player on the field. Liam Martin's my man of the match. Liam Martin, 9.5 out of 10. He was outstanding. 112 metres, scored a try. I know his stats don't look the best compared to other players, but fuck, he was brilliant, Liam Martin. He's my man of the match. He's my man of the match. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, he's very close to being the man of the match, mate. Playing the entire 80 minutes. I think didn't you say just that he made 39 tackles as well? I think that's just about a team high. I think so. Yeah, I'd give him an 8.5 out of 10, Liam Martin.
Yeah, he made 34 tackles, bro. 34. Tackles. Yeah, he's a freak, bro. Isaiah Yeo tonight was out of this world.
Fucking hell, wasn't he?
He played the entire fucking game. He ran for 179 meters. Isaiah Yeo was unreal. Isaiah Yeo's getting an 8.5 out of 10 for me. It was brilliant.
I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 on par with Dylan Edwards, mate. Isaiah Yeo showed what kind of captain he is, mate. He's one of the best in the league in any position. He's just that good, man. Yep.
Now let's get to the bench. Mitch Kenny. For Mitch Kenny was, I don't really remember him on the field a whole lot, but he played about 15 minutes. I'm going to give Kenny a 6 out of 10.
I'm there with you. I think he came on to the field with only like 10, 15 minutes remaining, so I'd give him a 6 out of 10 too.
Scott Sorensen off the bench, 115 metres. I thought Sorensen was very good. Impact was good. I thought he played well, Sorensen. I'm going to give Sorensen a 7 out of 10 off the bench.
I'm right there with you. 7 out of 10. Yep.
Spencer Linu, he had a good showing as well. 59 metres off the bench. And gee, he's a gunner. Spencer Linu is a very, very good player. He'd be a starting front rower at a bottom team, I'm telling you. This guy is a weapon. Spencer Linu, for me, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10.
Dude, I'd pay overs for Spencer Linu. His defense was so good tonight, man. I'd probably give him a 6.5 out of 10 as well, man.
I love him, bro. I love him. And last player, Jamin Salmon. He played a fair bit tonight, Salmon. He played about 25 minutes, 31 metres. I'll give Salmon a 6 out of 10 as well.
Likewise.
Now, let's go on to Manly now. If you're a Manly fan, I might be a little bit critical of Manly tonight. I'm just so disappointed with how they played. Expected a bit more from them. We'll start with the fullback, Sam. Tom Trbojevic. He was kept quiet. I don't think he played shithouse. I don't think he was the worst player on the field. Still tried very hard. The forward pack got rolled. I thought he tried hard. I don't know what to give to him, but I might give him a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10, mate. I just think he was neutralised, mate. So I'll give him a flat 5.
Yeah, I kind of felt for him tonight. He just when your forward pack gets rolled, it's very hard for your creative players to do anything. So
It just before we
yeah.
keep going into Manly, mate, I'll say this. I think Manly showed just a few glimpses tonight that if you're one of the lesser teams that don't show up and take on Manly and take them seriously, they just showed just a couple of glimpses tonight that they'll strike you. They'll score points on you very, very quickly if you don't take Manly seriously this year.
Couldn't agree more. Righto. Jason Saab, fucking hell. 4 out of 10, bro. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, just completely neutralised. I think he made an error or two. I'd give him a 4.5 out of 10.
Yep. All right. Brad Parker.
Uh-oh.
You go first before I absolutely unleash on this bloke.
I liked some of the lines that he ran tonight. I don't think he made an error, but his defense, he didn't show up defensively tonight at all. I'd have to give him a 3.5 out of 10. Brad Parker, sorry, man.
Brad Parker is a shit player. I've been saying this for years. I know it's only round one, but fuck me dead. Can you not tackle? You've had for all this preseason, all this off-season training to get going for the season, and your first game of the year, you couldn't even tackle someone for your life. Brian, I'll tell you what, Brad Parker wouldn't even tackle a fucking trolley tonight. He was that shit. Brad Parker's going to get a 2 out of 10 from me.
Oh, dear.
I can't stand him. Well, what's wrong with him? What, he can't tackle someone?
Well, that might be the lowest. I wonder if that's the lowest rating you've ever given anyone, mate.
I don't know, bro, but I'm disappointed with Brad Parker. I thought he was better than this.
All right.
Hopefully next week he comes out against the Roosters. Hopefully he does well. I really do. Hope he comes out and he kills it next week. But tonight, he ain't getting no fucking respect from me. 2 out of 10.
Man. Well, number 2 is the level to beat.
Yeah, Morgan Harper, 3.5 out of 10 for me. It was shit.
Yeah, pretty ineffective, mate. I'd give him a 3.5 out of 10 as well.
Ruben Garrick, barely saw the bloke, to be honest with you. Ruben Garrick, 3 out of 10.
3.5 out of 10 for me as well, man.
Kieran Foran, I swear to God, I was so nervous when Foran grabbed that clutch at his shoulder early on.
Yeah, yep.
I'm glad it was only a burner. I'm glad it wasn't a serious injury. I'm glad it was just a burner. But fuck, man, Foran, 4 out of 10 from Foran. He was pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, he was very quiet tonight, mate. 3.5 out of 10 for me, man.
Here we go. DCE. Fucking hell. I don't know what to give DCE tonight. I thought he was completely clueless. I know the 4-pack got rolled, but every time he had the ball, he had no idea what he was doing. DCE is getting a 3 out of 10 from me too.
Oh, I think he was the better half between he and Foran, though.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Yeah, wow. Yeah, there were definitely times that was obvious that he was clueless tonight, mate. No one was running off of him. He was asking people to come up, and that was either a lack of communication or a lack of effort from his forwards. He kicked the ball out on the full after the first try in the second half as well. Besides maybe a kick for Jason Saab in the second half where they gained a repeat set of 6. Yeah, he didn't do too much as well. I'd give him a 3.5.
Why does DCE love kicking the ball down players' throats? When is he going to actually do something creative? Kicking down the throat when you're down by 18 points with 20 to go, it's not going to get you back in the game. It's the dumbest thing you can do. It really is. It's so fucking dumb.
Besides 1 or 2 times, man, I think, Dylan Edwards, it just was a magnet to metal sort of thing, DCE to Edwards tonight, man.
Cherry Evans' kicks downfield down the throat of Dylan Edwards was like knocking the ball on. It didn't do fuck all for Manly.
Yo.
It's just fucked. All right, Tafel Sipley. He ran for 99 metres. I thought Sipley was okay, but like I said before, I think he's better off the bench. I think Sipley probably gets a 4 out of 10 from me.
I've got to give him a 3.5. I forgot how bloody big he was, mate. He's a massive human being, but I'd give him just a 3.5 out of 10. So I'm sorry, Manly Seagulls fans, if we're being harsh, man, but they really weren't that good tonight.
They weren't good, and they should have been fucking good. They had no Cleary. What the fuck's wrong with them? Not good at all. And Lachlan Croker, here we go. Lachlan Croker. Imagine you're starting number 9 running for 10 fucking meters.
Is that all, mate? Oh,
How
Jesus, sweet
fucking
Mary.
disgusting is that? It's like making a sandwich and the bread's fucking 5 days old. It's just not fucking good. It's fucking terrible. It tastes like fucking rocks, bro. It's just terrible.
Yep.
Lachlan Croker's getting a 2 out of 10 as well.
Oh, struck me pink. It's hard to argue, mate. He wasn't very good at all. Probably 2.5 out of 10 from me, 10.
How the fuck can you run for 10 meters as a dummy half? I mean, fuck me. That is just ridiculous. Fucking hell. Martin Tapau, probably their best fucking, meter eater in the forwards.
How much did he make?
121.
Really? I just don't remember anything
Yeah,
from
I
what
don't really
he did
either.
tonight, mate. Hey,
I'm giving him a 5.
3.5.
I'm giving him a 5 out of 10.
3.5 out of 10, sorry, man.
Oh, stinger. All right, you got Ola Kawatu, who's arguably one of their best, even though he did a dumb thing early on where he should have been sin bin. Ola Kawatu, for me, I'm giving Ola Kawatu a 6.
I'd give Ola Kawatu a 4.5.
All right, then. Ethan Bullymore. Got to work on his defense, but gee, it looked all right in some periods of the game. I'll give him Bullymore a 5.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Ethan Bullymore, mate, but I mean, yeah, everyone was so... 3/4 of that side were below average tonight, man, so I got to give Bullymore a 4.5.
Jake Trbojevic, he only ran for 69 meters, but man, his defense was just ridiculously insane. The amount of tackles he made, Jake Trbojevic made 56 tackles tonight. I think he missed one. He might have missed one. I don't know. Didn't miss many. I'm giving Jake a 7. He was their best. Yeah,
I just said 3/4 of the team were below average, but Jake Trbojevic wasn't one of them, mate. I'd give him a 7 out of 10 as well. And just quickly, 47 missed tackles in round 1 from Manly Sea Eagles. Not good enough, man.
Good enough. That's not good enough. And let's go to the young kid on the bench, Kuola. Why the fuck they bring him on so late? He should have came on for Brad Parker when there was 20 to go.
Probably 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah.
If we're being really fucking fair, thinking. It's hard to rate Koala. I'm just going to call him Koala. For some reason, I can't enunciate his last name. Koala, I think, probably just a 4.5 out of 10, man.
I know people are going to be upset about me saying, oh, Nick, how can you be so critical of Brad Parker and Lachlan Croker? It's only round 1. Just take it easy. Give him a few weeks of gel. Well, no. They've had all preseason. They've had all the fucking off-season to get this shit ready for round 1. And with all due respect, at the back end of last year, Brad Parker was the same player as he is in round 1. So he hasn't improved. So Brad Parker needs to go, bro. Seriously, he's just so shit. Kyle Lawton. We're not going to rate Kyle Lawton because he was injured and he only played about 30 seconds anyway. It doesn't even count. Sean Kepi. Get some nice impact off the bench for Kepi. I thought he tried really hard. I thought maybe he should have started and I should have had Sipley on the bench for me. But I'll give Kepi a 5 out of 10.
I agree with that. I think he did was very noticeable when he came off the bench. I'd give him a 5 out of 10 as well, mate.
And last player on the bench, Tanela Paseka. Ran for 68 meters. Had some decent moments. Like he tried hard. I thought in patches, but it just wasn't working, was it? I'll give Paseka a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. Very, pretty disappointing from Taniela Paseka, mate. I really like him, and he had a blockbuster year last year, I thought. But 4.5 as well from me.
Yeah. Well, there are all the player ratings that we've just given. All right. Before we finish off with the review, Sam, who was your top 3 players on ground tonight and your man of the match?
Liam Martin in at number 3, Isaiah Yeo number 2, and Dylan Edwards at number 1. Dylan Edwards, 9 out of 10. I thought he was fantastic, set the standard very high for everybody else, every other player in the NRL tonight. I'd give him the man of the match tonight, Dylan Edwards. It's
very hard to pick because they're all very good, but I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with number 3. I'll go Sean O'Sullivan, number 3. Number 2, Dylan Edwards. Edwards, number 2. Number 1, I'm going to go with Liam Martin. Thought he was just outstanding tonight. Liam Martin, I thought he was the best player on the field. I know Edwards, Sullivan, and Yo all go very close, and there isn't much between them, but Yo's my man of the match. I mean, not Yo. Liam Martin is my man of the match for the Panthers win over the Seagulls.
Yep.
All right, Sam, that might wrap it up. That might do it for the review.
Footy's back!
Yeah, we've been fucking oath it's back, and we've been on here for 45 minutes now. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Thursday night football review for round one. Just so you guys know, every Thursday night, Sam Revill will be joining me for the Thursday night football review. Every single Thursday night, Sam will be with me, and we'll be reviewing the game or whatever's on the Thursday night. So, Sam, thanks for coming on. Appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you very much for having me, mate. Thank you, chat, for tuning in. Good start. Let's go.
No worries, and everyone go and check out his YouTube channel. The link's in the description below. The Panthers have beaten the Seagulls in the season opener, 28 points to 6. They're at Penrith Stadium. No Cleary, no worries, according to Penrith. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Friday night football review. Until then, have